Wife cheats on her husband, abuses their children, and lies on court. Enjoy not having your kids anymore.
Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started.
Wife cheats on her husband, abuses their children, and lies on court. Enjoy not having your kids anymore. Good day. You know the deal. English, not my first language. Mobile, yada yada. It's also my first post, so be gentle, please. For cast, we have Mom, empty human, as sister, me and my dad. I have no concrete dialogue for this story since it happened about 4 years ago, and I pretty much want to forget about it. Now, some background. My mother is not exactly the best person in the world. She used to abuse me and us both physically and mentally, mostly mentally. Avoid responsibilities at home, and she also decided to cheat on my dad with several men around 13 years ago, and never stopped. When my father discovered this, he simply stopped sleeping in the same room and stopped being affectionate towards her. He stayed with her, for us, S and I, and decided to raise us basically alone since my mom was always outside with her partners. My mother used to simply arrive home to eat, sleep, and hurt me or my S. The rest of the day, she claimed to be working overtime. However, all the money she made was kept away for herself. And my father had to do real overtime to take care of us, and he was tired of not getting any help. Here is why my dad's revenge plan starts. He stayed quiet for a long time, managing work and parenting very well. But in the meantime, he was collecting all the evidence he could about my mom cheating, as well as evidence of abuse towards S and I. And he also kept supporting us, teaching us how to stand up for ourselves and each other, helping us understand how bad mom's behavior was, and we don't need to justify her bad treatment just for being out mother. He kept being the best person he could for about 10 years until S and I were old enough to testify in court. Then he immediately asked for divorce and got it very easily since mom kept lying about how he was abusing me and my children. But of course, he had proof of her cheating and being the abuser, so they got divorced. But the plan didn't end there, since he wanted us to live with him. My dad left our house immediately after the divorce, and 2 weeks later I moved with him. My sister stayed with mom. Let's skip some months until the court date to discuss the kids' custody. About 6 months prior, my mother lied about me living with her so she could get that sweet child support check. But when the court date arrived, S and me testified against her, explained how bad of a mother she was, and etc. And I said that I have been living with my dad for months, contrary to what my mother has said. Of course, she wanted to play the victim with lies, which were refuted. The judge was not having it and told her that she needed to stop lying because she was being fined for lying to a judicial authority. Of course, she lost our custody, and she was forced to return the child support money to us. Now she lives alone and sometimes tries to play to forgive me. I know I did wrong, cried with us only to ask for money right after, but none of us want to see her again. Not exactly a massive, sweet, and evil revenge, but after I told my dad about the sub, he told me I should post the story. I hope it actually belongs here. The child support thing. In my country, when parents divorce, it's the other parent who gives the money to the one with custody of the children. We call that money child support, but in this case, where both parents have only one children and their care, they got nothing from each other. My mom said she had both of us to get money from my dad, but that was a lie. Edit. This post is still small, but I'm reading the comments to my father, and he loves all the support. He is really happy with you guys. Thanks a lot for that.